Starting at number 10, we have the Hadid sisters, Bella and Gigi Hadid. Palestinian-American models Bella and Gigi Hadid have been among the most vocal, high-profile celebrities when it comes to voicing support for Palestine. Bella has posted on her Instagram feed and also on her Instagram story on a daily basis over the past week, and she's been sharing videos. Also, she's been sharing tweets and infographics. Now, one of them, and I quote, "One cannot advocate for the racial equality, LGBT, and women's rights, condemn corrupt and abusive regimes and other injustices, yet choose to ignore the Palestinian oppression. It does not add up. You cannot pick and choose whose human rights matter more." And now this is what both of them actually posted on their Instagram feeds. Now, next up at number 9, we have Mark Ruffalo. One of the most significant contributions in supporting Palestine has come from Hollywood actor Mark Ruffalo, who shared a petition calling for international leaders to impose sanctions on important Israeli industries until Palestinians are granted full and equal civil rights. And I quote, "The petition has received over 1.7 million signatures at the time of filming this video." Mark Ruffalo tweeted in a widely shared tweet, and this is what he had to say. 1,500 Palestinians face expulsion in Jerusalem. 200 protesters have been injured. 9 children have been killed. Sanctions on South Africa help free its black people. It's time for sanctions on Israel to free Palestinians. Join the call. The celebrity at number 8 is Lauren Jauregui. Lauren Jauregui is a singer and also a former member of the girl group Fifth Harmony, and she has been a big supporter of Palestinians in the past and also recently. So check this. Back in 2018, she posted this tweet: "Sending prayers and light to the innocent tortured souls of Gaza. The world should be ashamed that we turn our backs on genocide and would rather point fingers at each other to evade responsibility. The children are being bombed and we're all still silent. I'd say we're all responsible." And also, in continuing her support for Palestine, she had tweeted this recently: "Sending love to all who celebrate Eid Mubarak. My heart is with all those who are hurting in what is supposed to be a time of joy and completion, especially those in Gaza." Continuing now, the celebrity at number 7 is Will Poulter. British actor Will Poulter, known for The Maze Runner and also Black Mirror Bandersnatch, also spoke out on Twitter, and he said the following, and I quote, "The UK government must condemn the atrocious violence and forced evictions against the Palestinians living in Sheikh Jarrah. Will the UK government condemn these appalling attacks, which have resulted in the death of multiple civilians, including children?" Number 6 brings us one of my favorite actresses, Viola Davis. Oscar-winning actress Viola Davis, she joins the list of celebrities in support for Palestine. She has become a powerhouse in Hollywood with millions of followers, and she posted this: "Let's talk about what's going on in Sheikh Jarrah." And with that, she also included 10 images explaining the context of the potential evictions of Palestinians. Now, Viola Davis, she particularly received praise for posting to her main feed and not to her story, which, if you didn't know, on Instagram deletes after 24 hours. At number 5, we have John Oliver. Comedian John Oliver has made a career by addressing various different controversial issues, and he does it in a very lighthearted, comedic way. Now, during his HBO series Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, he spoke out on the ongoing issue between Israel and the Palestinians. He pointed out that one side is suffering much more, and went on to even say that Israel has committed war crimes. Switching gears now to look at some YouTube celebrities. At number 4, we have Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein and his wife Hila Klein, they are a very popular YouTube duo who run the popular channel H3H3. Ethan Klein and his wife are Israeli, but in a post he said, "The Israeli government is making me sick. Even if Hamas is operating out of a civilian building, it doesn't justify the total destruction of that building. It's inhumane. As a dual citizen, I love Israel and the Israeli people. They deserve a government that actually believes in peace, not force and violence. Gazans deserve to live in a life free of fear." The next YouTube celebrity on this list is Philip DeFranco. He's a mega popular and also OG YouTuber. He got a lot of respect for covering the Palestinian-Israeli issue in one of his episodes. In one of his statements in that particular episode in support of Palestine, this is what Phil had to say: One side has killed significantly more civilians and children, and one side specifically targeted a building that housed the news organizations and has not provided proof as to the reason why they were destroyed. One side has been kicking people out of their family homes that they've had for decades, and one side is memeing the absolute devastation and destruction and death that it's been bringing. We're coming down to the bottom of this episode. Number 2 leads us to Roger Waters. Roger Waters is a songwriter and ex-Pink Floyd band member, and he spoke against Israel, calling it an apartheid state over the forced evictions of the Palestinians in Sheikh Jarrah, which he said is breaking his heart in a video he tweeted out on May 6th. He also called out US President Joe Biden over his support for Israel. He said this, and I quote, "How would you like it, Joe Biden? You're sitting at home. That's where your family lived for hundreds of years. Then some comes along and goes, that's ours. I'm a settler. I'm going to take your house from you." And finally, we end this episode off with Trevor Noah. Comedian and TV host Trevor Noah, he spoke out about the Israeli and Palestinian issue on The Daily Show, highlighting the military might of Israel and questioning the responsibility it has for having that power. He said this, and I quote, "I just want to ask an honest question here. If you are in a fight where the other person cannot beat you, how hard should you retaliate when they try to hurt you? Everyone has a different answer to the question, and I'm not trying to answer the question, nor do I think I'm smart enough to solve it. All I ask is, when you have this much power, what's your responsibility?" Starting at number 10, we have Zayn Malik. He was a fan favorite from part 1. We didn't feature him in that list, so we had to feature him in part 2. Either way, within just minutes of being posted, there was a tweet by Zayn Malik that went viral. Zayn Malik tweeted this, and I quote, "I stand with the Palestinian people. My heart aches for the families who have lost loved ones. We cannot stand as silent witnesses to children being orphaned and murdered and not demand for the human rights of all Palestinians. This must end. Free Palestine." And you see, this tweet, it actually sparked a lot of angry response from fans in Israel, and some fans were suggesting that he would lose his entire fan base in the country of Israel. Next up at number 9, we have Mohamed Salah. After receiving a lot of backlash from the Arab world for not speaking up earlier, footballer Mohamed Salah tweeted this on May 11th. It was a photo of him in front of Al-Aqsa Mosque, and then another tweet in the exact same day that said this: "I'm calling on all the world leaders, including the Prime Minister of the country that has been my home for the past 4 years, to do everything in their power to make sure the violence and killing of innocent people stops immediately. Enough is enough." Michael Malarkey is next. He's a star from the Vampire Diaries. Well, he actually has some Palestinian roots from his mother's side, and he defended Palestine in a tweet saying, "Hate crimes are hate crimes, plain and simple. The Palestinians as an entire people have long been wronged and brutalized for 70 years, while the world turns a blind eye. I'm referring to the merciless fury with which Israeli army appears to be attacking a defenseless Palestinian people in Gaza, destroying their homes, infrastructure, and resources, right under our noses, funded and defended by the US. Know the whole story. Stay in the arena." The next celebrity at number 7 is Dua Lipa. The British singer took to her Instagram stories to share a tweet from the US Senator Bernie Sanders, who faulted the actions of Israeli extremists for inflating the tensions between Israel and Palestine. Also, she shared another story joining the hashtag Save Sheikh Jarrah. And she did this because she was highlighting the events taking place in the occupied East Jerusalem neighborhood of Sheikh Jarrah. Susan Sarandon, who's an American actress and activist, she's tweeted many times in support of Palestine, so this one didn't come as a surprise. In one of her tweets, she said this: "Standing in solidarity with the Palestinian people who are facing ethnic cleansing and being terrorized at the hands of the Israeli government and Jewish settler organizations." And then she ended the tweet in all caps saying, "The world is watching." The celebrity at number 5 is SWARA Basker. BHASKER. Well, if you're not familiar, SWARA BHASKER is a Bollywood actor who is always vocal on her social media platforms on social and political issues that are happening in her country. But this time she took a stand for Palestine and she tweeted this: "The cause of the hashtag Palestine and justice for Palestinians isn't an Islamic cause. At least it shouldn't solely be that. It is first and foremost an anti-imperialist, anti-colonial, and anti-apartheid cause. And that's why it should concern us all, even non-Muslims. Hashtag Free Palestine, hashtag Al-Aqsa." The celebrity at number 4 is Dylan O'Brien. Dylan Rhodes O'Brien is an American actor, and he's actually famous for his role on the MTV supernatural drama series Teen Wolf. And on May 15th of this year, Dylan retweeted a video showing a girl from Palestine and wrote this: "10 years old, heart-wrenching, hashtag Free Palestine."
I'm always sick, I don't know. I can't do anything. All of this. What do you expect me to do? Fix it? I'm only 10. I can't even do anything this morning. I just want to be a doctor or anything to help my people, but I can't. I'm just a kid. I don't even know what to do. I get scared, but not really that much. I do anything for my people, but I don't know what to do. I'm just 10. I'm just 10. All of this when I see
Number 3 brings us to John Cusack. Since the Sheikh Jarrah crisis broke out in Palestine, John Cusack has made it clear that he is supporting Palestine. The American actor has used his social media platforms to shed light on attacks on Palestinians and also crimes committed by Israeli soldiers. And then on Instagram, John Cusack, he shared history snippets showing Palestinian land lost since 1947 up till present day. And also he tweeted this, and I quote, "Black Lives Matter means Palestinian lives matter, means Jewish lives matter, means Muslims lives matter, means keep going till there is no more group, race, religion excluded. Then speak of justice. Justice is always in solidarity with powerless against the barbarity of power." The celebrity at number 2 is MAHIRA Khan. Speaking about the Israeli-Palestine issue, popular Pakistani actor MAHIRA Khan, she retweeted a video and wrote this: "Heartbreaking, barbaric attacks. Even worse, those who remain silent. Hashtag Palestinian lives matter." And then she also wrote this in another tweet: "Call it out. Call it what it is. Terrorism. Hashtag Palestinian lives matter." And finally, at number 1, this one came as a big surprise to many people: Mia Khalifa. She has a wide reach on social media and she often uses her platform to let her thoughts be known to the rest of the world. And then she went on both Twitter and Instagram to condemn the violence that is going on in Palestine. And in one of her recent tweets, she had tweeted this: "All I see are war crimes against humanity that the United States is funding with an annual $3.8 billion. Hashtag Free Palestine." And that tweet actually was made along with pictures showing injustices in Palestine. And more recently, Mia Khalifa had sided with Bella Hadid after there had been rumors that were sparked saying that Bella Hadid lost a contract with the fashion brand Dior because of her support for Palestine. So in a tweet, Mia Khalifa said this: "If Bella Hadid lost a Dior contract for supporting Palestine and standing against apartheid, then Dior can go burn in Marshall."